Excuse me for this introduction. I'm just repeating this video over and over again. Like I don't know what it is today, but it's just not that easy to talk in front of a camera and just say all the right things in a few minutes. So, but with today's video, I am reaching out to people with autism. I have autism myself, and I've overcome a lot of my struggles. So I want to guide other people with autism into overcoming their struggles as well. And the thing I want to talk about today is social skills. A lot of people have social anxiety, but it's fair to say that a lot of people with autism have it also. And I really used to have this a lot. Like I really used to struggle with social interactions. Like when I was 12 years old, I went to high school and I didn't want to be weird. I didn't want to be different. I actually just wanted to be normal. And I thought, like, if I don't say anything, I can't say anything weird. So I actually didn't say anything. Like, nothing. Like, in my first year of high school, I didn't say anything. And this had the outcome that I just didn't want at all. That I was actually weird just because of that, just because I didn't say anything. And this is a thing that's common amongst people with autism, that they don't say a lot because they're scared to talk. Another thing that's common is then the opposite of it, that some people with autism actually talk too much. Like I've met people who constantly talk, like with autism, constantly talk and talk and talk, but they never listen to you. So it's a one-sided conversation, and that's no one wants to have a one-sided conversation. Everyone wants to conversation. Like every human or every normal human being really likes to talk, really likes to feel appreciated. Like social interactions are a way to feel appreciated, a way to feel validated. So everyone likes to talk. Literally, almost everyone, but everyone. I don't know how to say it. It's like I don't. I'm just having so many thoughts while I'm making this video, while I'm talking to you, because I was like, yeah, okay, maybe not everyone, but most people really like to talk. And it's important to find a balance in that. That's just what I wanted to say. Like, you have not talking, which is nice for a conversation, but you have talking too much, is also isn't nice for a conversation, so you have to be balanced. Like, you need to find a way that you have something to say in a conversation, but you listen to the other people as well, because that's what a conversation is. And it's a very important skill, actually. Communication and social interactions are actually a very important skills for all parts of life. If you, in your professional path, like if you want to have a job, or if you want to be an entrepreneur, everything, you need to talk to people, you need to conversate. You will need it if you want to have friends, if you want to have a good relationship with your family, if you want to have a relationship, you need to talk eventually, like, or communicate. Like, there's people who can talk, that communicate with just um I don't know what the word for it is, but they also communicate. There's also always you always need a way to communicate, and I know it's a struggle, especially for a lot of people with autism. I had it as well, and that's generally why I'm making this video, and that's generally why I'll make other videos about it. It's generally why I'll keep talking about it, because it's so important. It's so important to overcome this struggle, and it's so possible. The thing that annoys me the most about seeing people struggle with it, and people with autism especially, is that a lot of them have been this limited belief inside of them that it's impossible to become social just because they have autism. And yes, there is biological things, but there is also nurture. There's also the way we've been shaped by our the people around us, just the way they perceive and act around you, and say the things around you. Because if the people around you believe the wrong things about you, they will treat you like that, and it will automatically affect you. So if everyone in the family, you grow up with things, well, you have autism, so you are not going to be social, you're going to have a lot of time a lot of hard times, believing that you can actually do it. But if you go the other way around, it's like if your family is actually like, okay, you have autism, but this isn't an excuse, because it isn't. It is absolutely possible for you to be social. Okay, maybe it might be harder, and I'm not saying it's easy. I understand that it's might be harder for us. It is harder. I am not disagreeing with that. I know it's hard. I've experienced it myself. I've worked really hard to come at the level that I am right now, and I'm really grateful that I am at this position, that I can actually say that I am a social person, and I am actually someone who has no problem with meeting strangers, meeting a group, no problem with approaching people I don't know. I have no problem talking to people. I that's an over, you know what I mean. Like, obviously, there's going to be small problems, but I don't have this social fear anymore. I'm not afraid of saying weird things, and really the irony that I had is that I was so afraid of being weird. I was so afraid of saying weird things that I didn't say anything. So when I eventually did, like when I actually eventually became social, I actually realized that there's so much more people around us that are so much more weird. That's maybe a weird way of saying it. It's maybe not the right way of putting it to words, but I just want to say that it's absolutely possible to overcome that fear. And I'll think about it, how I'll explain it better, because I think I need to explain the solution a little bit better. But just know that it's absolutely possible, and the more you experience it, so the more you actually are. And it's, maybe I'll end this video with a call to action. Like, you can, yeah. So if you're struggling with social skills, try to have a pleasant conversation today. It doesn't matter with who. It might just literally be your mom. It might just literally be your brother, your sister, or just your best friend. Just try to have a conversation. Try to have it pleasant. Just try to have something nice to say. Maybe there's a, I don't know what your interests are, but maybe there's like a new episode of a series that you're watching, and maybe you know that this friend is watching it too, or maybe you're recommending about just, hey, how are you? It means a lot of, it means a lot to people when people actually try to keep in touch with you. How are you can make a lot of people's day. So that's your call to action right now. Just whatever it is you're thinking about, that while I'm saying this call to action to you, ask them how they are today, and try to have a pleasant conversation with them. Let me know how it's to end, and you'll see if you can have that one pleasant conversation, you can have a lot of them.